Well, that's different because that's in Secrets in Ocean City. It's a kind of like you know why you're there.
But I would just say like if Cooley's trying to incite you, I would just say like, Jub, you okay? You've had like, or if you say to him, "Oh Jesus Christ, Jub, you're drunk again," then Jub, then I'd start to feel, then I'd start feeling like, man, maybe he's got a point.
Oh, you're drunk again.
Again.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 88. We've got a little switch up here. I am in the captain's chair.
And I am over here.
And Jub is over on the seat here. As you can tell, we are back in the studio from Belmont Brew Works, and we are in our beautifully decorated office here.
Yeah.
We've got our stockings on the wall. We've got our beautiful Christmas tree, which is not really a Christmas tree.
I found it in the vault. It was back. It was all dusty. I had to clean it off with some some Lysol spray.
But it's become a staple of the show now.
Probably got Ebola on it.
Yeah, we got that.
And in the studio with us, joining us for the very first time, Derek is in the studio.
What's up, guys? Good to
Derek
be here.
is here.
Derek's here
For the first time.
Welcome.
Derek's here,
Thank you.
myself, Chris, which is funny because Chris's son's name is Derek. That's unbelievable.
Spelled the same way.
D-E-R-E-K.
Bingo.
Wow,
There you
father
go.
and son right here on the
exactly.
yeah, they are.
You guys look alike.
Chris, did you have a tough time coming up with a name for D'Lo with Derek?
No, you know what? I always wanted. I always liked the name Andrew, but she'd always kept saying, "No, I don't want anybody to call him Andy." So I don't know how we came up with Derek, but I think we spelled it the right way.
What about Emily? Was that tough?
That was an easy one.
That was the easy one?
Yeah, that was an easy one. So
my parents almost named me Steve. Yeah. Can you imagine
Really?
Yeah. Could you imagine me being Steve?
We
I
should
like
just call
Steven.
you that now.
Steven.
No.
Yeah, because Steven, he'd be real sophisticated.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be a lot smarter.
He'd have glasses if he was Steven.
Yes.
I'd probably have a better hairline.
He'd be
too.
sophisticated. And
Yeah, because there's nobody named Steven losing her hair.
No, and they're always smart.
there's no bald Steven?
No. Have you ever met one?
Steven
No,
Seagal.
I don't think I have. Steven's got good. You ever see his hair?
Who?
Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
He's dyed it. He's got like octopus dye in his hair. He's horrible.
He's in bad shape.
He's
isn't
like
he?
a bloated.
We talked about him, I think.
You might want to
one
put
ti-
him
like-
on your death pool. On
Yeah,
your
that's
death
not
list.
a
His
bad
heart
one.
is probably working overtime right now. He eats a double Big Mac and then goes and throws people around. And
he was
karate.
never really a good actor.
No.
You didn't like Steven Seagal?
He always talked like this.
Well, I mean,
You, ma'am.
it's
Well, he
just
never
like
lost.
that Liam Neeson guy. Never loses.
He never lost, ever.
You never get shot.
Any fight, like he would dodge every bullet. He would land every punch. No punch ever hit him.
What's the movie where some guy gets his leg blown off by a shotgun? He was in an alleyway. It was Steven Seagal, and he comes out in an alleyway, and a guy gets his leg shot off.
I haven't seen many Steven Seagal movies.
I don't even know who
Neither
Steve
have I.
is.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, which one's he?
Back in the day, he used to be like this real buff. He was like an action movie star. He had good
When
hair.
he good at like karate and stuff.
Yeah,
so he's
hand-to-hand
like
fighting.
What kind of like an action movie guy?
Yeah, yeah. And then he's in these like straight to Blu-ray DVD
Oh yeah, they don't even make the theater.
like $100 budget movies where he's like in the middle of a desert getting shot at, and he just punches guys in the neck, and that's how he gets
Does
around.
he do the backwards fist?
Yeah, he does that
I
kind of
hate
stuff.
that
He
when
says
they do that in
he says quote lines like he always hits him with a one-liner. I'm trying to think of a good one. He says something like
Well, it's not as good as I will find you.
no, that's an actual good line. But he says
Well, that's
stuff
like an actual good movie. Taken with
like he
Lacey.
says.
I was gonna. Well, go ahead. I was gonna mention.
But then it happened three
Like,
more times.
So if if he comes into like an ice cream shop that's like a front for some drug ring, he'll knock the guy out at the end and he'll go, "Your flavor was pain," and then
pretty good.
That's how he ends the movie. Like he hits him with a punch right in the neck. Rocky Road or dead.
Yeah, and it seems like guys like him, the first punch is always lethal.
Yeah,
No,
instantly. Break ribs, bone.
It hits him perfectly every time.
And then the guy, even if it's not lethal, the guy just falls to the ground. That's it. He's done. And he grovels on the ground. Oh.
Well, that's like in superhero movies when they like flip somebody over over their shoulder and then they'll be knocked out for like the whole fight.
Yeah.
Well, just like the wrestling down at the Civic Center when the ref got knocked out.
Oh, the ref was gone. The ref was out for.
They just how did he
10
even
minutes.
get knocked out? But I mean,
Yeah,
I never saw him get hit in the head. Though.
I think he got kicked in the head. I want to say he got kicked in the head, and then that guy came over and was petting his head. That was amazing, by the way. You didn't get to go to that, Joe.
No, I didn't get to see the wrestling. It's very disappointing.
I
haven't been to an Aller game
I
yet.
think you'd like to throw somebody through a table.
Oh, I'd like to be thrown through a table. I think
yeah.
that'd be unbelievable. And then
Yeah.
playoff pain. You
yeah.
lay
Go
on
to
the
that.
ground. Oh.
I think, honestly, I think one day we might be able to get involved in IWC, the International Wrestling Cartel, who came to the Nailers. I think we could get involved. Apparently, we were supposed to get hooked up with the owner. So maybe one day we'll be getting thrown through tables. That would be awesome.
Pay big money to throw a jump to a table.
That'd be
See,
awesome.
there you go.
We don't have to pay
right
money.
away.
Violence.
Why
Don't.
Violence.
Listen, Chris, I'm upset with you, okay? So we're not doing this. I cannot believe you.
You know what?
said
I like
that
to see
to me.
maybe a 2-on-1, you and Say against him.
Oh, my God.
We pick him up and put him through a ladder.
Yes.
Like hit him
Well,
with a
and then
steel chair.
Then put Say at the top of a 15-footer. That would just come down on Cool's. Break his sternum.
Before we were on camera, we went to Job and myself and Cooley went to lunch, and they started arguing as soon as we got there. It was
No,
and,
but it's
and-
not like an
but
argument.
it wasn't not an actual argument, but
a debate.
They were debating each other, and they got to the point where we came in here, and I think Chris said that if Job would punch Cooley in the head, it was probably deserved.
Yeah. And how? I don't even know how you got to that conclusion because Job is so mean to me.
because Job was happy because he's sitting where he is, but then he stuck next to you, and then you started running your mouth.
Well, here's the difference. I yap. He punches me all the time.
Well, yeah, but you yap. It's like you poke. You're out front of a dog. He's chained up, and you're just yapping the dog.
Yes.
Hey, here's some food, dog. Here's some food.
Well, mine's
and then you
harmless.
step
You
a little
actually
too
harm
close,
me.
and I just gives it not a bite. It's not gonna draw blood, but a little nip.
Jet, back me
Yeah,
up.
what Job's an asshole, but I wanted to go back.
Thank you.
He is. Job's a total
He's a
dickhead.
total dick.
Total
Right.
dickhead. But I wanted to go back to where everything started. You guys were not mad, but you were debating on who was a heavier. Oh no, a heavier.
Who's more of a lightweight?
A heavier lightweight. That doesn't really make sense. But who's more of a lightweight in terms of drinking?
Yeah, Job. Job's
No.
100%
more of a lightweight.
And it struck
Not
a
Ocean
nerve.
City.
Thank you.
Well, I wasn't there.
No, but here's what spawned the argument. This would spawn the argument. We were talking about when either one of us gets drunk, and I had told him that when I'm drunk, I've had a lot, and it's a long night, and if somebody looked at you and said, "Boy, you're really fucked up, aren't you?" Didn't that? And he's like, the person telling you that isn't. Doesn't that make you feel a little self-conscious? Like, you know what? Maybe I am. Maybe I am a little gone. Because he does that to me. He does that to me. Every time I'm having a good time, he comes up to me and he'll just go, "Man, you're fucked up."
No,
aren't you?"
I want
and
him
I
like,
go like, "Well,
Buzzkill.
yeah," because then I
No.
think that my immediate thought is he's not drunk, so now he's looking at me like I'm this drunkard who can't handle his liquor. Everybody else is sober, and I'm this just idiot who's drunk, and it makes me insecure.
But
Why
I
you gotta
do it
do
to
that?
everybody. Like, I walk up, I'm like, "You fucked up, huh?" And, like, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just joking. And
Why
he
does
takes
that bother you, though, Job?
But he doesn't do it.
Yeah,
ju-
see, that's
but,
what I don't think that
but
should
he
bother
doesn't
you.
do
I
it
don't-
just to me.
I do it to
It'll be like
everybody.
him and Jared and maybe Nick and somebody else, and he'll point me out and go, "Man, he's fucked up, isn't he?" And then I'll be like, "Well, now everybody's looking at me like I'm some
It's more
buffoon."
Jared. I grab Jared, like, "Look at him. He's fucking hammered, isn't he?"
Yeah, and then he does it too.
I'm like,
So
"Oh,
then
that
I'm
guy's
like,
a mess."
What? Because oh, that guy's fucked up.
I don't want to be told that. Like, I want to be like, oh man, hey, we're hammered. Like, hey, how you feel
So
right
it's
now?
more that you don't want to be the only guy drunk.
I don't want to be the only buffoon at a party that like.
Do you act?
Are you
Are you actually
Well,
a buffoon?
according to him, I might as well
he's
be.
not. I'm just
Consider the source.
So
Yeah, exactly. I
way
agree.
that-
like I'm clearly kidding.
He don't care.
yeah, the way that he makes it seem is like when Cooley says that you're like hanging from a fan and
he's
like
knocked
kicking
over,
shit over,
like,
breaking like
bases.
pictures.
Well, that's what I feel when I don't know what day it is, and I'm running around, screaming, and then you say that, then I feel like maybe
Listen,
I
if
need
you
to.
were acting like that, I would just be like, "Hey, Job, you're acting like a fuckhead. You need to relax."
No, yeah. I mean, if
That's
you're
different.
doing stupid stuff, but no,
Like if you were out and partying, Derek, and somebody came up to you and said, or it's like you say you're with 5 other guys, and one of your guys taps like another guy, and they're all around in a group and goes, "Man, he's really fucked up."
Yeah, I'll get a little
See?
self-conscious.
Oh, come on.
I mean, a little bit depends on the situation.
It's your best friends, though. They're not just random guys.
Yeah, but
All right,
even then, it's like I know if you're telling me that, because I know you would never tell me that if you were in the same place. So then I know that I'm the only guy.
Wait, I would never tell you what.
If you were hammered and you would if you were hammered, you would never tell me that I'm drunk ever. You never do
Yes,
that.
I
if he was hammered,
Yes, if he's hammered, he either comes up, put his arm around my shoulder, and he just tells me how much he loves me, and then
No, that's the kind of drunk I am.
I know. So I'm saying when you're drunk, I know when you're drunk. So if you're not drunk and you ask me that, I know that you're not drunk.
For one, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. You fucking
Okay,
idiot.
all right,
But
fair enough.
whatever. Just the whole argument, Chris, was
what's the argument?
he's more of a lightweight than I am.
That's just not true.
I can outdrink him any day of the week, any day of the month, any day of the year.
Chris, you've seen me at the height of my power at
and
Ocean
you know what?
City.
And you're happy. You converse with Moira.
Moira? Yeah.
You had like 19 different drinks. You didn't vomit.
Thank you.
Didn't fall down.
Thank you.
Having a good time.
It was fun.
There was no incident.
We
fucking
boogied
got
down.
What do you think?
Jared saw
drinking?
Cedric.
Right.
Cedric
Mullins.
Jared
Yeah.
saw Cedric
Yeah,
Mullins.
Cedric Mullins was at Secrets.
You talked to I think his name was Mark, the guy that he was at the corner of the bar. I think he knew about Wheeling. He knew about the city.
it was great.
Wasn't he a
fun time.
wrestler?
And I had a lot. What?
Wasn't he a wrestler when I got
Yeah,
a
he was
wrestler?
he was a champion all-state wrestler.
That's about the only time I ever really get to party with you.
Yeah, I know.
So, but I
Well, that's different because that's in Secrets in Ocean City. It's a kind of like you know why you're there.
But I would just say, like, if Cooley's trying to incite you, I would just say, like, Job, you okay? You've had, or if you say to him, "Oh, Jesus Christ, Job, you're drunk again," then Job, then I'd start to really feel, then I'd start feeling like, man, maybe he's got a point.
Oh, you're drunk again.
Again? Jesus, dude, you're drunk yesterday.
But I feel like the thing is,
You
I
don't
don't
even drink that often.
that was what I was just about to say. I don't drink that much.
Yeah,
like
me
I
neither.
don't get. I never. Rarely, I'd say maybe 3-4 times a year I get loaded, and that's pretty much it. Like holidays
you.
mostly. But I mean, it's fun. I like it. Do
Boring.
you ever get to the point where though?
Wait a minute, time out though. Then why aren't when he's drunk? What are you being a wuss? Why are you
I'm
sober?
normally hammered too.
Well, no,
That's what I was gonna say.
No, but we've had this conversation right before we came on here because you have 2 speeds when you drink. It's either you're on or you're off. And if you're off, I know you're off. And if you're on, you're on.
Well,
and
yeah,
we can-
because
we
when I'm
can have
hammered,
fun.
I yap a lot.
Yeah, I
When
know
I'm
you
not,
do.
I'm a quiet
Yeah, but
guy.
you don't yap to me.
Well, what do you mean?
You're the nicest you ever are when you're drunk
No,
around me.
I'm nice to you 24/7. You're just mean to me, so I retaliate. There's a difference.
This is false information.
And I won't believe it till I see it.
Thank you,
It is.
Chris.
I would say probably besides Nick, you two probably argue the
No,
most.
but we don't. We
But it's
our
not.
argument.
It's
when Nick and I
it's just
argue,
bickering.
when,
Yes.
when Nick and I argue, it's like it's
real.
It's a real argument.
It's real.
When you and I argue, it's just we know how ridiculous each side is, and you try to. It's almost like you just try to step it up a
Yeah,
notch.
normally I'm arguing something I know I'm
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
just to keep it going.
Like if I said, "Hey, you have white shoes on," you know they're
No,
eggshell.
they're-
They're
they're
eggshell.
off-white,
They're not
you
white.
idiot.
They're not white. Anyway,
and then you would go into the scientific. Well, the color code for this is that and that, and then Cooley said, "No, it's not." And then you go, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah, I googled it.
But What were you going to say?
No,
Do you
I was
ever
gonna
get
say,
to the
Chris.
point?
I was like, when you, because you have a, you're seasoned in the form of, partaking. Like, have you ever gotten to a point where like you're like, I don't like this anymore. Like you get to the point where you're at your limit.
Oh yeah, and a lot of times, like for instance, we were just talking about generations on this past Saturday. Like I wasn't at that point, but I was extremely tired and I'd had enough, and it was just miserably crowded, so I couldn't wait to leave. But other times though, if everybody else is having a good time, and even though I'm probably past the point of no return, I'll still keep going.
I love that.
I mean, that's not. I mean, I'm not proud of that.
Do you have you ever done the thing where you're nearing the limit? You're nearing, like, if we're nearing the stratosphere, we're breaking free, and you do that thing where you either go into a bathroom and you look in the mirror, you just think to yourself, I'm all right, I'm good, I'm still here.
I swear, you don't realize how drunk you are until you go into the bathroom and look in the mirror.
Yeah, 100%.
That's when you realize, like, oh yeah, I've hit that
And you
point.
know, I've done that before, and it's just like, man, what the hell am I doing? I need to get home.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
all right, let's go around. What is a trait that you inherit as soon as you get to a certain limit? Let's say not hammered, but like a good buzz on, like you're
pretty drunk, like a good drunk. Like,
yes, you're nearing being hammered. What's a trait you take on? For me, I get, well, number one, I get loud. So that's number one. Number
He
two,
does get loud.
number
yeah.
two, I dance.
Yeah.
And I talk to everybody. Like, everybody's a friend.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that.
Yes.
I'll talk to everybody. I don't care. Even well, I mean, I try to avoid people that I don't like, but I'll talk to everybody. I
Yeah.
don't care. And if there's somebody cranks up the music,
Boogie down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know, Chris, when the music not changes you, but it gets you going good. Like,
Oh yeah,
in
and
a
that's
good
why.
mood.
You know what? And I feel like so much at ease when we're out of town and we're in Ocean
Yes.
City, and we just do what we want, and and nobody knows us,
Yeah.
and just dance and carry on, and we don't cause any trouble.
Derek?
For me, I'm talking way too much. I mean, if
You
I'm
a
going
yapper?
to, like, yeah. I mean, if we're going to like a college party, like at Fowler,
Yeah.
baseball house, I'm talking to everyone.
You're not loud though, are you? You don't
No,
come across
no,
as a loud guy.
No,
No.
I'm pretty quiet. And then the second thing, I'm talking about how Josh Allen is the best quarterback.
go Bills.
Well, that's not a bad argument, though.
Not
I
at
guess
all.
it just depends on who you're talking to. If they
Right.
agree with
I'm
you.
talking
Yeah.
to a Steeler fan. I'm
I
like,
don't-
Josh
I still
Allen's the
can't
best fucking
pick.
quarterback in
He's
the
a
league.
great-
Boy, he's better than Kenny Pickett, that's for sure.
I will say, before you give yours, I will say yours, you love everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm a lot more loving when I'm drunk. Definitely more talkative. I dance a lot when I'm drunk, but I don't know. I don't really know what else I'd say other than that.
I'd say for me, I probably talk a lot more shit than you, like when I'm sober.
Well, you don't talk shit to people.
No, I not talk shit. I make fun of a lot. I probably make fun of a lot of people more, and then I think one thing that I notice, like when you go to the bathroom, I'll laugh at myself, like like
Here we go.
yeah,
He sounds
this is
great.
good.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
like-
know what the good thing is about this is no one said they get violent. That's a good thing about that.
Yeah,
I
there you go.
hate people that like
an
if you
angry
get
drunk?
or not even just an angry drunk, but a guy that thinks he can fight like a grizzly bear once he gets to a certain level. Like, oh yeah, I can fight. Like when we were at Generations, you said that guy was just looking for a fight the whole night at
Oh
Generations.
yeah, he was.
Which is just weird. It's just weird. Get a life. Do something better.
And we've been fortunate, like in just our group of friends and your group of friends. I mean, or even places we go, we don't encounter. I mean, our friends aren't that way, and we don't. I've never really encountered that anywhere, to where I mean, probably a few times, but where someone, this guy's here, a fight's going to break.
Yeah.
out, because that's what he wants.
Do you believe that there's a certain alcohol that incites people to do
I would think probably hard liquor.
like whiskey?
Yeah.
tequila.
Tequila.
Do you think that's psychosomatic, or is that, or like, do you think there's something in whiskey that triggers something?
There's probably something in the whiskey.
Is it
that
the
triggers-
strength of it? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it's just because you get there so fast. It's like
Well, I know one time your dad did an all-day gin, and he was unbearable.
Recently?
No, probably
Oh.
about, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. It's been a while, but
I-
That doesn't surprise
but
me,
he
Chris.
just like he he was not ready to fight, but he was combative as hell. But it was
Really?
all because of what he was drinking.
Gin,
I know he does.
Gin, regardless, is not good. I mean, I had
It's
it.
a good drink. I like it.
Well, it's fun.
but
It's not like a good drink, like an endurance drink. I had a bottle of gin first homecoming. I had a bottle of gin. It was just a bottle of gin in a water bottle, and I drank it all day. And I went home and I laid face down with my nose on the carpet and fell asleep on the carpet. And
Job, is there like a thing when you get too drunk that like this tells you, okay, I've hit my limit? Like, is there like something that goes on where you're like, okay, this is my cue, or I'm about to throw up, or
Yeah.
I'm about, like, I need to slow down?
I don't usually get to the throw up stage. I've only had that one time happen. It was at a Thanksgiving party because I had wine all day. But other than that, when I know things are south, is I'll be sitting something and I start to get quiet, and then I stare off, and all of a sudden I'm like, I can't associate myself with my body anymore. It's just like it's just everything, like my head.
You having an out of body experience?
Yeah, like my hands don't. My lower body isn't attached to my head anymore, and that's when I know it's game over. Or what hell also happens is if you're drinking sitting down for a while, and then you get up and you stand up, and the whole world tilts on its side.
Well, I know with that, you'll be sitting there, and you'll be like this,
He'd just be staring.
sitting, and then they go, Jub, and he'll go.
Huh?
Yeah.
But and one thing, back to my dad real quick, one thing I've noticed with him as he's gotten older, his tolerance anymore is so bad. I mean, he's 3-4 beers now. He's hammered.
Yeah.
And I guess that comes. Oh, and
No,
he never. That's the thing. He doesn't stop. But but he doesn't. I've never really seen him get drinking wise. That he get hit like where he gets mad.
No, he's never gotten mad. Combative though incites the thought of angry combative. His combative to me is he'll come in. God, when I was little.
Yeah, he does. Oh man, he used to do this so
you
bad.
used to you're probably victim of this back when you were younger. Always grab you on the shoulder, try to jab you in the neck. He would grab me like by the. I remember how hard his grip was.
He
had
used to
these.
grab your wrist.
He still does.
For
He
what?
still does because he does it to me every now and then.
Just he would when we were younger. I mean, when me and Job and I were probably like I don't know 5 to 12 year age. When he would come home, it just was kind of like he would want to wrestle, and he would like do the neck thing where we have claviculatus, and he would he'd grab your neck, or he would grab your
He
wrist.
would always grab your hand like this. If you can see this on YouTube, he would grab your hand so that he was like grabbing your palm, and he would just wrench it as hard as he could so your wrist was going to break, and he'd make you say uncle. And if you didn't say
he would
uncle,
always say
he'd just
uncle.
keep going.
Bully.
Yeah, it is.
But his
it was so bad.
His grip strength. It's like
give
you ever
you
see those
nudges, too?
videos of like those like Chinese guys that are in the woods and they punch trees and they break shit with their hands. That's what his grip strength was. He had the grip strength of like a lobster. It was unbelievable. Like crush a can. He would come home like and grab you by the wrist, and you feel like all the bones in your arm were gonna break, and he would throw us around. And
Yeah, and it was always in the basement. So, like when me and Job would we would hang out in the basement, and he would come home and he would come down the stairs. And I think we've actually told this story before on the podcast. And we had just gotten our basement redone, and on the side of our bar where you come down the stairs was this brand new drywall. And he came down and he missed the last step, and he takes one, and he like stumbled and put his elbow right through the drywall, right through the brand new drywall. He did that. And then there was one more that I don't know why I remember this so well. We were down in the basement. We were wrestling. He had just got home from the bar. We both were wrestling. Like I think I was on his back and he was on his knees. And I remember Job came up.
So
Job
he
came up behind him.
He was on his all fours facing towards Jarrett down a hallway. And so his butt was towards me. And I wanted to kick him in the butt, like kick him real hard in the butt. And I cocked back my leg, and as I came forward, his legs like split to push forward, and I went right between his legs and hit him in the nuts from behind, like full force, like arch of the foot to sack.
He was down. He was down for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I don't know why I remember that so well.
When he comes home, when he still now, when I know I'm gonna get like fucked with. Like when I know when he's gonna come in my room, he'll open the door and he'll just stand in the doorway. And I'm just gonna do this on camera. If you're not watching this, you got to go to YouTube and watch it. He'll do this. I'll say hello to him, and he won't answer me, but he'll go like this. He'll go. I got to do it without a smile. He'll stand in the doorway. I'll just do this. He'll go.
If you're just listening to
He'll
this,
like-
he
he'll
looks
look-
like a
what-
chicken looking around.
Just
He'll
looking
go-
around.
Like this. He'll snap his head real quick, like that, real hard.
You know
and
what-
then he'll come after me
You
like
know
a dog.
Crazy to me,
What
Job
the
is
hell's
like
wrong with this guy?
my
A
whole
lot.
life. I've always wondered where you two like came up with all this stuff, and I never realized how much you're like your dad. Like all the stupid stuff that you do is because he did all this stupid stuff around you. Like I never knew how dumb
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chris,
Yeah.
what did
no,
he used
cool,
to
he's
do?
an idiot.
What did he used to do when you guys? He stopped. He had. I think you were with him, and he would stop. He stopped that gas station with Uncle Tim, and he would round the aisle and come
Yeah,
down
he
the
acted
aisle.
like he was playing baseball.
Man, he'd get a running start, and at the end of the hour, he would just slide.
And
Like a
he-
baseball slide.
When he asked the cashier, he'd say out or safe.
Yeah,
and he would point to.
Yeah, and well, no, one time we went to the gas station. Remember that story about he had to pee?
Oh,
he
he squatted.
Yeah, he squatted down and he was facing toward because it was a big drop off because you can't go into the restroom in the store.
Yeah, he thought he was funny guy, and he was gonna piss. He was gonna
lost
squat
his
down
balance,
and take a piss
and he rolled-
over the guardrail.
Yeah, but then he fell backward, lost his balance, and rolled all the way down the hill, and he just disappeared.
And the thing is that hill was like
It was
steep,
pretty-
wasn't
yeah,
it?
and
Why did he
those
squat?
Funny guy. He wanted
10
to be
hours
fun.
of drinking, and then somebody was yelling down to him.
Shake-
Shake a tree. If you're still alive, shake a tree. And I don't know how he got back up, and that was just it was after a Mountaineer game, so he probably was drinking at 6 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
But some of those Mountaineer stories, man. I actually was telling Cooley and Jeff the other day, and I said honestly, it's a miracle that me and Jubb are here. Really, to think about it, like I mean, they were in the back of that van, and they had that propane tank.
I was there. Fucking
And he
propane tank flies out of the.
threw it out the back, and
crazy.
my dad said you're gonna blow us back to Wheeling.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, we were
just
getting
threw
over
it out the
rest
window.
area, I think, and somebody opened up the door prematurely, and the propane or whatever it was, CO2 tank just went rolling.
Yeah, on the interstate.
Yeah.
And then who threw they threw the grill out of the back of the.
I wasn't on that trip, but I remember hearing that story about somebody tossing.
They were in the
grill
back of a truck, and they had this like charcoal grill, and the grill kept hitting. I don't know who it was, kept hitting him in the head, and he said, "I'm throwing this fucking grill out of the back of the truck." And my dad was trying to hold on to it, but he was laughing so hard, and he said, "No, don't throw it out." And
They're
he
going 75 on the highway.
and
I
he
love this
grabbed
story.
that charcoal grill and threw it out. And he said it bounced for a mile. Sparks were flying off
That's
the
great stuff.
off the thing.
We could never get away with shit like that.
No.
No,
We'd be
no.
fucking
Yeah.
in jail.
No way.
Nope.
No
Not
way.
now. No, not now.
So another highway story. Tim, you met Tim.
Oh, I love Tim.
Yeah, and he had a glass table in the back of his truck. It was a glass, like the ones you put outside. They have the glass on
Yeah.
top of them, and they're for outdoors.
Yeah, summertime.
And he didn't ratchet it down, didn't bungee it down, and he was just driving in the back of his truck, and it caught wind. It flew up out of the wing, shattered all over the highway, and he just kept
He kept
driving.
going.
I do
And
remember.
I think, did he say though? Did it? I know it shed, but did the frame of it? Did it go off to the side of the road?
I think he said it did, but
Because he was coming to Wheeling, I think.
yeah, I don't.
I want to
I'd
make
have
flat
loved to
tires
see
happen
that.
that day.
I mean,
I
he
would've-
used to throw. He'd drive, and him and Max and Sam, his sons, would have golf balls, and they would on the highway. They'd throw them in front of the car, and they'd try to catch him on the highway.
Wham right into
Just either you'd pass him or you'd hit the car.
Wait, what would he do? Throw it?
Throw it in front of the car, and then you try to go and catch it.
Just amazing
So
some of the
dumb.
stuff that I mean we could go on forever with Tim about some of the stuff that he did with. I mean,
I wish I had video of my dog falling out of his truck.
It fell out of
see,
the truck.
See that you got to tell that one.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I guess you didn't really know what
see,
happened.
The weird thing is, my dog absolutely loved him. Anytime Toby saw Tim, he went nuts, humping his lamb. I mean, that was his favorite male of all time. And I hadn't had the dog that long, but I think he would always drive down to Wheeling, you know, just you know how he is. So one time, and he had already met Toby. I said, "Why don't you just take him? You go do whatever," and put him in that truck. And then he was going up on 88, and he was going like 35. Now Tim didn't tell me this for a while, but he said, "Hey, Toby fell out of my truck." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, he said, but he was fine." And he never, I mean,
he never really elaborated on what happened.
like how it happened. I mean, he was just, because he might have been going up to Dave Sonnefeld's house, because he lives up there off of 88. And he said he's going about 35. Now, I don't know if Toby, you know that slide window you have in the back?
Yeah.
I don't know if he climbed through there or if he was in the, I know, he probably was in the bed of the truck. But
No.
I don't know how it happened, but I mean, Toby never got hurt. But it's just, it's not surprising that it was Tim.
No.
And gosh, I wish he was still here so he could come on and just tell some of the most ridiculous stories that, I mean,
you could have a segment like
an
every week
entire
with him.
segment about
like 30 minutes with the adventures of Tim or whatever you want to call
what
it.
Your favorite one is when he shit his pants and
through the whole.
You gotta tell that one.
I feel like I don't know if he'd want me to tell it on here. I don't know if he'd want me to tell it, but
I think he would.
I don't think he would give a shit.
He brought a brand new suit, and he was driving home, and he just couldn't hold it, and he went right into the suit. I think he went up the back of his suit jacket.
Ew.
He pulled over. He took the whole suit off, threw it in the dumpster, and drove home naked.
That is an all-time. That is one of my favorite stories.
Yeah.
Drove home naked.
I'll never forget that. He told me that on the phone, and I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard, and because he thought it was funny too. You'd hear him just on the phone, just
Yeah, that's exactly.
But you know what? I think probably when that happened, and once he got home and got cleaned up, or even prior to that, he was probably thinking, God, I can't wait to tell these guys.
I guess he was happy
about
100%.
Oh,
absolutely.
my God.
And he loved any stories involving shit.
Oh, he loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I told him one that happened to me. I think I told it on the podcast. I think I told this. I could be wrong. But I remember I called him. It's probably exactly what he did to me. I called him as soon as it happened to tell him this. And I told him that in Main Hall at West Liberty, I think I told you guys this. Main Hall at West Liberty, there's like a little bathroom. It's like a faculty bathroom. There's one bathroom. It's like a little cubicle. And I went in there, and it was a Category 5. Like, it was bad. It was like it was horrific. Like like bubble gut. Like. And I couldn't make it back to my car, and there's no way I was making it back to the house. And I had class coming up. So I was like, this is going to go – it has to go down. So it's either going to go down in this bathroom or in my pants, or I'm just going to have to just go into the quad and just go into the grass.
Ew.
So I go into this bathroom, and it was like – it looked like someone got shot in the head. It was like – it was a shotgun blast into this toilet. And it was the toilets that don't funnel water in from the top. It just sucks down real fast. It didn't clean the bowl. And it was like it didn't clean the bowl, so it was just devastation. It was horrible. And I'm quick. I in and out, get it out, and I flush, and I turn around, and as I'm leaving the bathroom, I turn around and I just get a glance, and it's a mess. It was horrific. It was a mess. So I left the door, and then right across the hall is the steps to go up to the second floor of Maine. And as I go through that door and the door is closing behind me as I'm going up the stairs, I hear the door to that bathroom open. And from up the stairs, I just hear, "What the fuck?" Oh, it's unbelievable. And I was laughing so hard. I couldn't go into class. I was laughing so hard. And I called Tim that evening, and it's the best thing.
God.
I was so happy I got to tell him that because it was unbelievable.
And he loved it, didn't he?
Oh, laughing so hard.
Now, when that person followed you, was in there after, did they know it was you?
No, I don't think. Because I think I got out of there quick enough.
And it's probably happened to all of us. I know that. But you want to try to get in and out before anyone detects it. Even if you just hurry up and shit, don't even flush it. Just get out of there because I don't want anybody to see.
Because the worst thing is you come out and you pass somebody that's going right to the bathroom. Happened to me at Books A Million, and I ran out of the, I ran out of the store. I ran out of the store. I was with Hannah, and I said, we got to go now. We got to go now.
Like, he just said, happened to me at Books A Million.
Like
it was like really common. Like it was like a common thing. Like
it was bad. It was
Books A
so bad. Yes, it was bad. And it wasn't horrific like the first one, but it was just like
it explosive?
It was no, and it wasn't. But I don't know whether I hate something. It was putrid.
You might be the first person ever to have explosive diarrhea at Books A Million.
I would.
Oh
If he just asked us to guess, I mean, nobody would ever guess that he went there.
Yeah, like you could have said, like, if you would have given me a choice of like Taco Bell, like Kroger, Walmart.
No,
I understand that.
But the thing is,
Books A Million, he had an absolute rager
well, because you're gonna
diarrhea.
see Books A Million is such a highbrow place. You're going in there, everybody's quiet, and the music's playing. He passes me, it's gonna ruin his day. He's never gonna. He might
probably
fight
won't
me.
ever shop there again.
Oh, it is awful.
Yeah, but what if like the stench came out onto the show?
Well, that's my tactic now, because I've been going.
His tactic.
My tactic now is you gotta cut the smell off before it gets to the crack of the door. If you can cut that off, if you can cut that off before it gets to the crack of the door, you're good.
Well, you got to flush immediately.
Always listen. What pisses me off about him and other people, the courtesy flush is an unmatched courtesy to anybody. You just go. It's like it almost the water goes at the same time. Like you look the water. Like this is shit. This is the water. It goes. They're in tandem. They go like that.
Wait,
that
so
shit
you flush
should.
while you shit?
What if you got to go more?
to.
What if you add
Instantly.
more?
Won't that get all over your ass?
No. Nowadays, the toilet has so much suction that it's quick. It's quick. But the shit should never hit water. It should go one.
It should never hit one.
It should go one motion, one smooth motion.
This isn't a fucking slide, John.
No, but it should be one smooth motion and it's gone and out.
Yeah, you're right. Though that's kind of how it should be.
Yeah.
Like you know how you see on those slides, they get in that little
and they cross their arms.
Cross their arms, and as soon as just like that.
Oh.
That's why I can go the quickest.
As soon as you expel it, the water's got to be swirling.
Yeah,
there it goes.
It should have a button where it constantly goes because you got to time it up right. If you fuck up the timing, it's over. Sometimes I flush before I go. So I know how much time I have.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
No
way.
Practices.
I know exactly how much time I have in the radio
bathroom.
bathroom.
You walked into Books A Million, the first thing you did was flush.
No, because I couldn't. I didn't have enough time.
How much time? What?
Sometimes what I like to do is if you got to really perfect your technique here, and you got to sometimes lay out a couple strips of toilet paper that you're going to use. So if I know how long the flush is going to be, and it's a long flush because some of those archaic bathrooms they take a long time to go. So if you time it right, you can expel it as you said, expel it, wipe, and as soon as here you go. So you sit down. You expel and flush same time, just boom, one motion. This goes, as soon as the hand goes, you're going out. And if you can flush it as that comes out and get a quick wipe out,
this is incredible.
Throw it in, you're clear, and then you can just do some detail work afterwards.
So even the toilet paper will go down with the first flush
if you're quick enough.
So expel,
it's quick draw.
Expel and flush, and then wipe.
And then
gone. And
if you can get the first coalescence off. No, I do. Listen, I lie. I make things up. But this is one thing I do stick by, and I do.
He takes pride in this.
Yes.
I know.
I'm just painting the picture in my head.
Yeah. Listen, you can.
Everybody listening right now is going to be.
That's why airplane toilets are the best. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They're
powerful.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
bam.
They shoot it right out the back.
Yeah, they blow it right out of the plane.
You know what though? People that listen to this might adopt that strategy.
I'm telling you, if you know, like,
well, here another thing with that, it's like a suppressor too, right?
Well, yeah, if you know it's going to be
if
horrific.
you go at the same time, You know, if
If
you
you know it's
smell
horrific.
and flush, it's like a suppressor
It's
on
got
a
to
gun.
be the best. The best flushes are restaurant flushes because they're loud. They're loud, so you can really
Every restaurant.
I guarantee you on this side of I guarantee you in this nation, every restaurant bathroom is loud.
How's that
for
end?
yeah.
Just they got good plumbing, and there's something about having like that kind of force.
So
in,
What about it like Panda, the Chinese restaurant?
that's old. It's an old building.
So that doesn't
New
have the-
buildings are good.
You've used that one before?
Oh yeah.
No, you haven't.
No shot.
Come
Fucking
on.
way. He shits
And
everywhere.
Panda, I used to go there at least 3 times a week when I before.
He
Not
would shit-
shit.
he
No,
would
no,
shit
no,
there. He was scheduling.
no. I would
Time to
eat
go.
there. I would eat there, and sometimes you get a belly full of lo mein, and it's gotta go. It's gotta go. Whatever was in there first.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. So
Anyway, back to my first point. You have to cut the stench off before it gets to the crack of the door. And first time I ever stayed the night at Hannah's, I had to go. I was nervous. It was kicking up. I might have IBS or something like that because it was kicking it up bad. So I go, and the only thing I could cover it up was a bottle of Hannah's really expensive Versace cologne, and I sprayed you got to go by the crack of the door. Because it serves as a barrier.
But you did this in Books a Million?
No, this is Hannah's house.
but you sprayed the cologne.
Crack of the door. Because that's the first thing to come out.
It's just gonna smell like nice as shit. I mean,
No. If you clear that, if that comes out, by the time that's out, that's already cooking outside the door.
Cooking.
You finish, you come out, close the door. That's the only thing that's on the outside.
Okay, so now whenever Hannah smells her cologne randomly, she knows you shit.
yeah.
I was going to say, did she smell her cologne?
Well, yeah, I said I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what it
So
smelled like.
she didn't know you
No.
had a bowel movement?
No, I
Well,
couldn't tell her.
now I'm sure it doesn't matter.
Nah, it doesn't matter now.
thing
Well,
is-
yeah, because you.
Was that the first time you were there?
I think so. It might no, because she moved.
'Cause you
It was
said
just-
you were
it was
nervous.
yeah, so it was probably the second or third time we hung out. Yeah,
With Maddie, she has this thing called poopery.
best thing,
Oh,
best
yeah,
invention
yeah.
in
Is
the
that,
world.
is that work?
I think so. It doesn't smell like shit.
Yeah,
And
'cause
I'm
I
like, oh, this shit's
What do you,
great.
so what do you?
I think you spray it in the water first, and then it like
Whoever
makes a
invented it.
mask.
yeah,
I used
so
to
it's,
like after I shit and then flush and then I spray it.
See,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
I think-
See, I you prime it first.
Yeah, I think you do.
If you
well, I
prime
don't
it
know.
first,
That's
try
what I
this.
thought.
All right,
That's
all
what I.
Oh,
You still
we're on
got
the wrong
some?
camera.
I don't have it on me.
We had some in the radio bathroom for a while.
But
Well,
I always
that's
thought
our-
though you
it's a Christmas
spray
gift.
it and you got a layer.
It's a layer.
Then the water. If you're not going to flush immediately.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Then the
It-
excrement goes underneath.
And the smell can't get out.
It's like
Right,
a late.
it's like-
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a lid.
Okay, so go ahead.
You ever
I-
seen
I've
that?
never
Cool?
heard of
Cool.
this.
So
This
it's
is-
a,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a
I just cannot believe the detail involved in this.
I mean, it's 25 years of craft.
It's
I
an art.
can't. I mean, I'm
Gotta
not
perfect
gonna. I'm not good at a lot, but
What's that
You good at this?
called again?
poopery.
Poopery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poopery.
They make
it's
a bunch
nice.
of offshoot.
It smells
brands.
like Fruity Pebbles. Some of them.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
like birthday
yeah.
There's
cake.
like
It's-
lemon.
Yeah,
lemon,
it's
they're
good.
all
It's
this-
nice.
Lemon.
They need to sponsor this episode.
In my research,
Oh,
lemon
yeah.
is definitely the one that blocks.
I
the
think
most.
that's our next
Lemon's such a high smell
I'm sending this to. I'm gonna clip this and send this to Poopery.
because
So
it's
thank you, please. Hey,
Yeah.
Best-
Poopery,
right
if you
there. Right.
need
I
it,
mean, you never
sponsor,
know.
please.
It really is
you
a
go.
fantastic product. Whoever invented it, it really cuts down on your stress levels because if you get that layer down,
They were
you're
definitely
clear.
thinking of you when they made it.
Well, they did a
Yeah.
good job. Congrats, whoever
Wait,
the
wait.
Poopery people is.
What I don't understand the stress level. Then
Well,
what
you know,
would the-
like we just said, it's like you want to get in and out as quick as you can. Now, do you want to get out as quick as you can because of how of the aftermath, or do you just don't want to be caught in the act?
both.
What's
I
the
don't-
aftermath?
This
Some
stench,
people know
Not
that
everybody
you're-
has a shotgun blast where somebody yells,
but the
"What the fuck?"
smell,
when they see
the
it.
smell,
Yeah,
like
the smells bad.
like I don't like being if I go into a bathroom and there's somebody in there, I won't sit down on the toilet.
Yeah,
if there's
me
somebody
neither.
in there.
I'm
I
the same
can't
way.
do it.
In middle school, high school, same
I
thing.
can't do
Yeah,
it.
I'm not
it's
gonna go
like,
shit.
No.
No.
And I don't know why. It's like it's almost like embarrassing. Like, and it really shouldn't be. Like
Everybody
like you're
does
the only
it.
one that shit.
yeah, in the
Like,
world.
Yeah.
Like oh, this guy's shitting.
Yeah.
John
I mean,
John's shit.
listen, and some people they don't care. You ever been to a toilet where a guy doesn't care?
No, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
just goes.
it's like it just
It's like
bombs away.
a murder scene. It's like it's something. Yeah,
I give him knuckles.
it's horrific. It's horrific. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Speaking of on the
should write a
topic
book.
of, the topic of
Fecal
shit,
matter?
I wanted to bring up what we were talking about and what made us laugh. What I said the other night when you guys really enjoyed what I said about the woman.
It's a very mature episode.
Yeah, sorry, Derek.
Yeah,
I wonder what
Derek's first episode.
My first
we
episode,
haven't,
we're talking about shit.
We haven't
Booze
talked
and-
about shit the entire 88 episodes, and
No.
as soon as Derek comes on, the whole episode we're talking
We've
about
been
shit.
going 20 minutes at least.
Tell all my
Oh,
shit.
we're
think we're
exactly
longer.
44 minutes in right now.
Fantastic.
But back to what I said about the girl. Do you want to say what I said?
It's so dumb.
It's really dumb.
It's so
Because
dumb.
I
Who cares?
All right, Chris. All right, if you were in mid conversation with somebody, oh, this is so bad.
Mid-conversation.
You're in mid conversation and you overhear somebody say,
well, here was the thing. We
Well, wait,
were trying to.
Where were you guys? What's the?
We were on our computers. We were talking over the computer, and so I think it was Hannah wanted to know who we were talking. We were talking about some girl, and she wanted to know who we were talking about. And I said, "Go ahead."
Jarrett's descriptor. The girl was she's very endowed in the chesticle region.
So you're not naming names. You're describing.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
she's very endowed.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very a lot. And Jarrett's descriptor was, this is so dumb. People are going to turn this off because
Yeah,
we're so like children. He says, as a descriptor for her, she has, she,
Just say it.
I can't, I'm laughing. She has,
You're a cornball.
she has poop-filled boobs. And that was her descriptor for her.
Yeah.
So now he says shit boobs,
Shit, boob.
crap boobs, and that was descriptor for this girl. Her chest, that was a descriptor, was her boobs
Filled with
filled
shit.
with poop.
Why?
It's just stupid.
I literally I can't even.
Why? Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I can't. I don't know why. I just that
Is
was
that
the first
somebody
thing that
you
I thought.
see often? This person?
No,
I mean,
no, we never see them.
No,
But-
not really. But it was
So
just
her social media presence is prevalent. Yeah.
yeah, and
I mean,
I
you
just
know her?
I-
Yes.
Okay.
We'll fill you in after the
all right.
show.
yeah. And
Yeah,
I don't know
all good.
why. I just was like, that was the first thing that popped in my head. Well, and Hannah said, "Oh
She
yeah."
knew- she
No,
knew-
She
she
didn't
knew.
really know. She didn't really know.
No.
But it just was. I thought I
Anyway.
would bring that up because
So
it
the
was
next
so
time
dumb.
you see this, that's going to be your first thought.
100%.
Every time.
Instantly.
There's shit tits.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Oh my god!
Good one. We haven't
Jesus.
said that one yet.
Yeah, I know.
We've been
How
saying all
did we not
crap
say
boobs,
that?
All the
shit
things
boobs.
that I've
How
said
did
that
not-
didn't come up.
Shit
Oh my
tits.
god! Oh
Oh,
jeez!
fantastic.
Man.
Well,
Welcome to the podcast.
thank you. This has been a
episode
great
88.
discussion of fecal matter. This has
Yeah.
been a great discussion. Hopefully
I
not
hope you
eating.
weren't eating this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh!
Hey, speaking of eating, should we bring up Nick's challenge that he texted?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Nick texted us a challenge in the Pound Them group. For $10,000, could you eat 2 penguin packs from McDonald's in 40 minutes? But if you fail, you owe $1,500. In total, this would be 4 McChickens, 4 McDoubles, 40 nuggets, 2 baskets of fries, and a large soda.
Yeah,
What's
I do
the
it.
recompense? What do we get? What?
If you win, you get $10,000. If you lose, you owe $1,500.
Easy. I do it.
You think you could do it?
Absolutely.
You can
And
eat
in what span of time?
40 minutes. You get 4 McChickens,
Oh, dude.
4 McDoubles, 40 nuggets, 2 baskets of fries, and a large soda.
Can you eat a lot?
I can. Depends on the situation again.
Like-
After
Like if you
practice or
sat
something.
down, like
Right now, I couldn't.
but
couldn't do
after
it.
practice,
Wait,
like a
how,
long.
how much food is that?
Four-
What are they for?
4
What-
McChickens, 4 McDoubles, 40 nuggets, and a basket
what's
of
a
fries.
McChicken? Just a sandwich?
Like the
Just a-
little chicken sandwiches that you can get on the dollar menu.
4 of those.
Easy.
Slightly bigger than a slider. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 of those, 4 McDoubles, which is a double cheeseburger. Then 40 nuggets and 2 baskets of fries.
1 basket of fries and a large soda.
Oh,
The-
I
this-
mean,
the-
I
In
could-
40 minutes. That's what makes it hard to
The
beat.
40
Nah,
nuggets might
Huh?
do me in. The 40
Yeah,
nuggets.
you know what?
Well-
I could probably do that. I could probably go with the first 2, maybe. I don't know, but man, four doubles.
Yeah.
That would be
And
the
4
tough part
McChickens.
because 4 McChickens wouldn't be horrible. Neither would 40 nuggets. But you throw 4 McDoubles in there. That's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot.
Can you eat it any order you want? I guess
I'd
so.
assume, yeah.
So you pretty much have 10 minutes to eat each category. Can you eat 4 McChickens in 10 minutes?
Well, he
That's-
could have, but I mean, I've seen him eat as
Yeah.
far as how fat, but that's just so much food.
It's too
That's
much.
a
And
lot
then
of
think
food.
you get all that done, you got to still drink a large pop. There's no
Oh,
way.
it's 2 baskets of fries.
Oh, you're fucked. No way.
The basket, not a small order.
Because think about that. If you're at 40 nuggets, you're eating 1 nugget a minute. So you got to cut that down to where you're eating, I mean, at least.
Wait,
2
I got to read this again. Now, I was trying to think
There's
about it.
no
There's
way.
No.
Here's what Nick said. He said he thinks he can do it. He said, my thing is, I am for sure taking down 2 baskets, 2 sandwiches, and 25 nuggets in the first 10 minutes.
No shot. Zero
Do you
fucking
know how
chance.
fast you have to eat that?
No. There's no way.
I think my jaw would lock.
You couldn't. There's no way. You think about that. How quick? There's no way. There's no way. I will buy all that for Nick to try that.
I would do
I'm
it.
not sure I could do that in 2 or 3 hours.
I don't know that if I could do.
If I had a teammate, I'd
Oh yeah,
probably
teammate,
knock
we
that
could
out.
nail it. We could.
yeah.
Because we'd split the sandwiches, splits, and then we'd split everything. Or if we wanted to do it like, I'm a huge nugget guy. I could eat nuggets. I could
Yeah,
pop
me
them like
too.
candy.
Are the McDonald's nuggets good?
I like the nuggets.
Here's the thing, in the scheme of nuggets, like if you put that up against a regular, like a Tyson chicken nugget or a Wendy's or a Burger King, it's its own thing. Like it's such a different flavor, such a different. I think they say it's a tempura batter. Like that's like that Chinese or Japanese batter, but they're fantastic. I could just eat them.
How many do you think you could eat total? Push yourself to the max.
Time limit or just as
Unlimited.
many as I
Oh,
can.
but like within a reasonable amount
All right,
of time.
let's say 2 hours.
like a 1 meal.
One meal, like
Yeah,
sit
like the
down.
normal time, just
Yeah.
sit down.
So I
and-
go
and
into
eat.
lunch and I'm sitting down and they just keep bringing me nuggets.
Yes, until you to the point where you throw up.
The cat
I'd
has
say
nuggets.
60. I'd say 60.
I think you get more than that.
I think so too, but
I think you get 80.
you think?
I think
feel
I
like
can
that's
get 60.
a lot.
I think I get about 65, 70.
Anything good in there, Chris?
Twix, Kit Kat, Skittles.
It's the holiday season.
We got
and
a bunch
candy
of
is-
snacks in here. So wait, your question was how many nuggets you think you could get in how long?
In one sitting, just like one meal, you push yourself to the
Help
limit.
yourself.
Man. For my I think I might struggle with 40.
I was gonna
Honestly,
say, I don't
that's
think
what
you
I'm
would get
thinking.
past 40.
I might struggle with 40.
'cause I took 20 to the beak like
couldn't
a
do
couple,
that.
like a little bit ago, and I hammered it. I mean, I was still ready for more. 20.
So he really thinks that he could do 4 McChickens, 4 McDoubles, 40 nuggets, 2 baskets of fries, a large Coke
No.
in 40
40
minutes.
minutes.
Zero chance.
No way.
he
Hell
can't
no.
even finish all the stuff he gets at Drover's, which I think in volume is less than.
Oh, it
than
is
that.
less.
Oh,
Definitely less.
way less.
Way
Not
less.
even close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
way,
way.
What's
way
a
less.
normal order?
He can't do
Drover?
that. There's no way he can.
I don't think a normal human being can do that unless you're a competitive eater.
Probably Matt Stoney could probably do it.
It might
I
be
don't
a
know.
challenge
Derek
Only
says he
person.
thinks he can do it.
On a good day.
In 40
Really?
minutes? Are you a fast eater?
Probably after a West Liberty tennis practice
you-
at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, see,
he's
I
like
could-
he's like a Kobayashi. He's like you wouldn't expect him to be able to do it.
Like
and
Matt
then he
Stoney.
passes it.
I'd do
yeah.
it.
Then he'd have.
I don't
like
know.
a
Maybe
baby,
maybe after like a long night of drinking, maybe I could do
Yeah.
it.
See, even then, I'd be so full of beer.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know when the perfect time would be for me.
Wonder what the calorie count on that is. It's got to be.
you
Gotta
gain
be
about
over
10
like
pounds.
10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because probably 4 McDoubles is probably 4,000 right there.
4,000
Oh.
calories each.
Yeah. Horrific. A horrific.
That
amount.
is horrific.
Your blood
That is
would
that's
just
terrible.
curdle. I was gonna. Right before you asked that, I had something I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember what I was gonna bring up. It was a couple questions that I had. Oh, here's what we wanted to talk about today, which we didn't get to talk about on the radio today. We'll keep it light. We're not gonna get into it like how I think Coach and Matt would get into it because I think they were pretty fired up about this. So, Chris, I don't know if you saw the Central girls basketball score. Did you see that?
Well, you know when I saw it when I came down here last Friday for the radio show, and the sports page from Thursday was in on the desk, and I just we had 10 minutes to kill, so I just started reading the paper, and I looked at that, and it said 111-8, and it just showed the box score. I thought, my first thought is, well, that's a
Error.
that's wrong, because the intelligencer, they never have any errors. So,
Yeah.
so I just assumed it, and then I looked at the box score. Okay, this girl had 24, this girl had 20, and then so I said,
That's up.
111 to 8, and I couldn't believe it.
So this final score was 111 to 8. 111 to 8, which now if it was 111 to 60,
that's what I said.
111 to 45.
They didn't even get double-digit points.
So the problem was, I think what we talked about, we couldn't talk about it on the radio because of some certain entanglements that we get into. But we talk about it now, and I'm not going to libel anybody. I'm not going to say anybody's a piece of shit for doing what they did. But I think there was definitely an oversight and judgment when it came to.
Well, and then I talked to Coach, and he said he had talked to somebody that officiated that game. And I don't know if he told you, but he said they were basically just taking the ball away from those girls, not stealing it, just like
ripping it out of their hands.
Yeah, like you would see like in a 5th grade game,
like an adult taking a ball away from a kid.
Right, exactly, and just go down. He said they must have had 40 layups. And then I don't know.
But shouldn't they implement some kind of emotion rule?
That's
for
what
this?
I was thinking.
Like, just across all sports, so that we can prevent stuff like this from happening.
And I don't know how that.
And there's one in baseball.
As a coach, if say you're coaching Magnolia, as a coach, how would you have reacted to that?
We're done. We're not.
I wouldn't have came out for the 4th quarter.
That's what Coach said. He said after the 3rd, if it was still going on like that, he's saying we're not coming back out.
And and somebody at Sunday at the vet said they'll pay for that down the road.
Yeah.
For doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they will. I mean, that's unacceptable. I mean, I've been to enough park games, and sometimes I'm like, hey, Coach, take the press off.
Yeah.
And he's not trying. He's not trying to embarrass anybody, but just it's kind of uneasy. And I'm, okay, well, we're stealing the ball, and then the score's like 52-17. Let's just play half-court defense.
And it's not
we don't
like
need to do that. I mean, we're not proving anything.
I don't know her, and I don't know how she is, or something about me is saying that she did not try to embarrass anybody. She might have just been trying to run the score up, have her players play. But even if that's the case, you have to think about how that looks from everywhere else aside from inside your team. Like, how does that feel? How would you feel being a player for Magnolia? How would you feel being a parent or a coach? I just don't think. I think there was just a huge lapse in judgment.
Oh yeah,
there.
and I think their own fan
Well,
base.
here's the thing
really
about high school basketball is there's no shot clock, so they could have worked on passing.
you're
They
right.
could have passed it
Just
10
pass
times
it
before
around.
they shot it. They could
somebody
have
else
dribbled
said
it for
that,
2
Cole.
minutes.
Just
there's
throw it
so
around.
many ways to avoid doing some
Yeah.
shit like that. And
They say they're doing half court or pressing once they get across half court and then just stealing the ball. I mean,
that's just
like,
ridiculous.
I mean,
You get to a point in that where
It's
it's
not even beneficial for your team. You can't
No.
say you're working on anything because that's not making you any better. You're better off doing that in practice rather than just ripping it off.
no, exactly. How is that going to? Hey, we got a big game coming up after Magnolia, so let's work on our press.
Yeah, we'll do it in practice against
Right,
players that are your
you're
level.
not going to. That's not going to. It's not going to help
it's
you at all.
just-
I mean, we did it in baseball, and there's even a mercy rule in baseball. I mean, there's games that you've been in where this team is just they're not anything to you. You are heads above this team, but you're not trying to embarrass them. And even to us it's like we're not going to run the score up just because we can. And we could sit here all day and hit balls off the warning track and just keep running around. But it's like you got to look at your fellow man and say, if there ever comes a time where I'm in your position, I want you to be able to say, you know what, we're going to take the pedal off the metal and help them out.
And I have no problem when you get the reserves and they come in and they get to play a lot. I have no, just like even in football, if you got a second or third team kid doesn't play. I mean, I'm all for them to be able to go ahead and score and but not that way they went about it, just pressing and playing this aggressive defense. I mean, I don't have a problem with the 12th girl or boy on the bench. He hardly ever plays and he gets in. If he wants to shoot some threes and they go in, that's fine.
Yeah.
But to try to again, what you just said, Job, I don't know if it was intentional to try to embarrass them.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to be kind of aware of what's going on, but just to say, well, let's just keep pressing, let's just keep scoring the hell. And again, it might be a big deal to score 100 points, but maybe if it's like you said, 111 to 60, 70,
Yeah.
But oh wow, like you gonna brag about that?
Like even if you got
over 100 points, they win by 100 over 100.
yeah, they won by
2 points a
103.
quarter.
103.
Like $1
it's like once you got to a certain point,
And that's
like
32 minutes
even
a
if you
game.
got to 50 point, like a 50-point deficit, don't you think that you would say, you know, there's zero chance for them to even come close to winning this game. So let's take the pedal off the metal. Let's fuck around for the next however long we have to, and then we can move on. And then they're not hurt. No one's bothered on our side. We win the game. Blah blah blah.
And you would
done.
think, and you would think at some point, even at halftime, or no, not even. Don't wait till then. Just say we're just going to draw back in a zone defense.
Yeah.
Just girls, keep your arms up. Just move a little bit, but let them take some shots. I'm amazed that happened. And Wheeling Park's got a game coming up next week. They play Brook.
Yeah.
Now I know they're bad. Now I don't know if they're Magnolia bad. I think they are. But I told Coach Young, I texted, I said, please don't frickin' press that team. Don't, because it's going to be anytime you have a mismatch like that, I'm sure. I mean, if Park wanted to score 100, they might. I mean, they could probably, maybe even Central could have done it. Could have shut Magnolia out. If they can only get 8 points, if you really worked on it, you could win 120-0.
And what happens then is, not necessarily at the high school girls basketball level, but that just causes more problems. There more reason to start a fight. Like in college, it happened at West Lib. We did it one time. We were getting our ass beat, and this team was still running up. They were up like 15 runs or so. This team's still running. Our guy throws the next pitch right in between the guy's numbers, and then boom, there we go. The fight start. I mean, it's the same thing there. The only thing that can come from it is is fights, bad blood, bad publicity, everything. There's not one good thing that can come from it.
Derek, what in
right.
tennis have you ever been in that situation? I mean, like where you're pummeling some kid and
never really happened to us because we didn't lose that bad often.
Yeah.
In the case of us winning, the thing is with tennis, there's a clinch. So say if you win the doubles point and then you win 3 singles and then you clinch it 4-0 and then you just let the other matches go on. But
so there's not really a point where you're going to pummel. You can't get in a situation like
where you pummel them
because you go to it. There's always a set score you have to get to.
Yeah, there's a set score. You get to it and then
that's it. So it's like okay. So even in. I just feel like even in a scenario where there's that, like you still probably are like, even you're not. Well, I guess in tennis it's different because
you still get your ass kicked.
Yeah, you can still but I feel like it's definitely different in that. But I don't know. I think it's again. I'm not going to say that the coach. I don't know what's her name.
Roberta.
Like I'm not going to say she's a bad person. Obviously,
what you said earlier, just
bigger things.
A bad judgment.
Yeah,
that shouldn't happen. And Jarrett, you're right. It's like nothing good comes of it. Bad blood. You get tempers. I mean, I'm surprised. Don't want this to happen. But if it's some irate parent from Magnolia comes over, some crazy mom gets in her face and then punches her or something, or a fight breaks out.
I wouldn't be surprising.
And
for
cool,
sure.
You made this point as a player on Magnolia. That's got to be so demoralizing. I mean, you never want to play again.
I was gonna say, how do you even show up to practice that week and even want to work on anything?
I don't know how. I mean, hats off to the men and women that take the time to go out and coach these teams that are just don't have a chance to win any games.
Because it ain't easy.
But you know what? They don't win as Wheeling Central. They won nobody over. Because talking to your dad. I mean, that sounds like that's a hot topic.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like in a movie when you see like this big strong character just pummeling the shit out of this like little weaker guy. And the whole crowd's all over the pummeling, and then it gets to a certain point, and everybody's like, "Well, this I don't like this anymore."
This is a little too much.
Like this is like then you start rooting for the little guy. So maybe one day they'll have a rematch. And
Well,
they said they're never going to play him again.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see
they
that.
said. What did they say? Something like, "Don't even bother coming down here for the rematch or whatever."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Which I don't blame him at all.
No, I don't either. That's in poor taste.
Yeah, not to drag it on a little bit longer, but like. As a fan, I would have been uncomfortable. I don't think I could have watched if I'm they're up
If
80,
I was- if I
80
was-
points and they're ripping the ball away from a girl at half court. You're like, so you got to be sitting there. What the fuck are we
Well, I
watching?
just
Like,
wonder
what
what
is
the
this?
parents of the girls for Central, what
That's
they
what
were
I-
thinking,
yeah.
like,
Oh, this is
stop
good.
it. Hey,
We
coach,
need-
stop. This is nonsense.
Do you think at the 100th point when the bucket was scored, they cheered?
That's a good question.
I'll tell you this: if we were in the crowd, we would have. If we were
I'm telling you right
in the
now,
student section,
I don't think I would have. I think it would have been so bad. Like I would have felt
think
so
we would. I'd
probably
embarrassed.
start
I mean, no.
I think
I think it would
high
have been great
schools-
if their fans were booing. Because that's
I would have
Bush
booed.
League
Yeah, I'd have
stuff.
booed.
I mean, as an adult, like because like I would, and now that you're, we're all, at least us guys are, starting to get into the point in your life where we're gonna have kids of our own. To think of like my kid ever having to be on the opposite side of that, it's just it would be so. Matt, what would you say? What do you say to your kid when you get home? What do you say? I mean, because
I don't even think you talk about it. I think you just
Yeah, just
Talk about something else.
You need help with your homework or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, what do you want for dinner?
Yeah, but that was bad. But obviously most people around here that were really turned off by that probably won't shed any tears if Central loses some heartbreak games or
No.
and you kind of what's that saying? You reap what you sow. So we'll see what. Now they got a good team too.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, that's the thing. It's
think
not
must
like
be pretty good.
they're a bad team.
You
that,
prove
like,
nothing by doing that.
Yeah, it's
Embarrassing your opponent. Shame on them. Shame on them.
Not a good situation.
Nope.
Nope. I don't know, but hopefully they just win with class now.
Yeah, hopefully so.
all right, here we go.
All right.
We wrap up the show as always with a little bit of ethical dilemmas. Let's do an ethical dilemma. So
We just talked about an ethical dilemma.
There's one, yeah.
well, I mean that one's pretty cut and dry. I mean,
Don't run up the score.
Not
Yeah.
for
Right,
everybody,
so we
Joe.
talked about dilemmas about shit.
Yeah, that was.
I know.
That's a real
Do
dilemma.
you try?
Now that's hard hitting news you need right there.
Running
What's-
up
Yes.
What's here's the dilemma. What's if you are in your car, at what point do you start thinking I need to pull off? Like do you start planning stops? Like where gotta go? Because when I start to
You mean to move my bowels?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
when I start to sweat, it's like I have plan B.
Well, Job, I'm going to say this, and obviously your schedule's a little different than mine personally. Like I try to get that out of the way when I'm at home. Like I don't just wait till I'm on the road and say,
Yeah,
hey,
but I
there's
mean-
a Sunoco station. Wonder what their bathroom's like. I'm going to go blow it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you ever been in a situation where it just creeps up on you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying you're out and about and it just creeps up
Oh,
on
well,
you.
then it's panic mode.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
Because I've been out on
That is
country
always
roads
been like
before
that.
when there's nothing. I got like 20 miles to go.
That's a helpless
a
feeling.
terrible.
a great addition to Apple. Is a fantastic addition. If you're on your app, if you're on your navigations app, your Apple Maps or whatever it's called, you can add a stop, and you can add whatever stop you choose, restaurant, gas station. It always comes up with the closest one first. So you hit add a stop, gas station, the closest one's gonna pop up. Boom, you're there. It'll reroute you, and then as soon as you're out of there, you go right back on your other route. Fantastic if you gotta just absolutely let one loose. But
Talking
Hey,
about
Joe,
shitting again.
I got one question. You wait till you start sweating?
once I get to that point, because I've been in certain scenarios where I'm a good holder. I can hold if I have to. I can hold till the sun goes down.
Oh my God!
I don't know about that. There's sometimes where you're like,
You couldn't even make it out of books a million.
Yeah, you literally
You're a
are
good
Well,
holder.
no, I mean that's just because I know that by the time I get out of there, check out, get home, that's at least 30 minutes.
Okay, well, it could be 30 minutes before you get to the next exit.
Well, that's different. That's a survival situation.
Did you say you were sweating?
Sweating. Once
Yeah,
I
wait
start
till
to
he's
sweat,
sweating before
once
you
I
pull it.
start to feel the beads of sweat go down my
Does
back,
this happen often with you?
It seems like.
I'd say once every month.
Oh, geez. For me, it might be once a year, maybe twice a year.
How often are you driving far enough to where you even need to worry about that?
Well, I mean, like when we're on the back from Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, if
Well,
you don't
I
get
know
it out
one
before
time,
you
though,
leave.
It made me laugh because I think this was a long time. We were still doing podcasts, or maybe the radio, and you were coming down here. I don't know for whatever it was, and Job's going to be a little bit late. He had to turn around and go shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I came out
why
of
did you
house.
go before you left?
Well, because it wasn't on me. it didn't hit me. You know, sometimes it hits you late. It's like a feint. It comes at you, you think, oh, there's nothing to worry about, and then they feint you, and here comes the left hook, and you got to get down.
You got a spastic colon.
Probably. I probably got something wrong.
Yeah. What did you call it?
IBS.
Irritable bowel.
I do get that, though, because when I'm getting ready to take a test or I get nervous, things got to get moving.
Well, you should get a couple of those, because that poo-pre you're talking about, that's just like a spray thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ought to get a couple of those. Do you have them?
I should. I'm going to have Hannah start carrying them for me. Well,
Why you gotta
what am I
bring
going to
her
put them in
into
my
it?
pocket?
Keep them in your glove box.
Have it
Put them
strapped.
in your.
That's true.
I was gonna say
All
put
right.
them in your satchel.
Here we go. Ethical dilemma that doesn't involve
Great
fecal
talk.
matter. You and your son are prisoners at a concentration camp.
Jeez.
Your son tried to escape but was recaptured and sentenced to hang at the gallows. To send a message to all others who may try to escape, the guard orders you to pull the chair out from under your son. If you refuse, the guard will kill you and your son and another innocent person in the camp. What do you do?
Oh, I'm not pulling that.
I'm not pulling it either.
No.
Yeah.
So then you die and somebody else?
Oh, no, sorry. He won't kill you. He'll kill your son and another innocent person, but you get left alive.
Oh, okay. Now that makes it hard. All right.
Oh
Yeah, but
wait,
the other person-
So
if I pull the chair,
If you
then
pull
my
the
son
chair-
just dies. If I don't, another innocent person
I'll
gets
say
it.
this.
Yes.
I couldn't live with the fact knowing that I was the one that pulled the chair.
Yeah.
Just, if my son's dying that way, I don't really care about the innocent person.
I'm sorry for the
I'm
other
gonna
I
be a
person.
mess.
gotta say, I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about the
I'm
innocent
gonna
person
I'm gonna be a
either.
mess
Yeah.
regardless.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
All right. All right. Chris says no chair.
Wait, so if I pull the chair, then there's
Then
no
just the
innocent,
kid, just your kid dies. That's it.
and that's it. But the kid, my son's dying anyway.
Either way.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to. Well, if I don't do it, somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah.
But
if you don't do it, then somebody else is gonna get it.
But I'm going to be dying soon. I'm in a concentration camp.
You're probably shutting it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'd want me to do it. I don't know.
I'd probably ask him, like, hey.
But it depends. Do you know who the innocent
buddy.
person is?
I'd say no in this scenario. It's just a random innocent person.
If we're on a concentration camp, that person's probably dead anyway. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
honestly, you might want to go. If you're stuck in that camp, then you might want.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you know there's no, that's a tough one.
This is dark.
What? It was on them. It was hard. It's meant to be hard.
Shit was more uplifting.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk
it
about
was.
shitting again.
All right, so all right, we'll move on to the next one. Here we
kill
go.
my son.
Hopefully this is really hopefully this is more uplifting. I haven't read this. No, it isn't. Here we go. You are a doctor at a top hospital. You have 6 gravely ill patients, 5 of whom are in urgent need of an organ transplant. You can't help them, though, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die without a particular medicine. If he or she dies, you will be able to save the other 5 patients by using the organs of patient 6, who is an organ donor. What do you do?
Well, I thought they're dying anyways because you can't get the medicine.
No,
But
you
you can use the
can't
organs.
help the people that don't have the organs because you don't have organs on hand. But this 6th patient will die if you don't give them a particular medicine, and you can save all the 5 people by giving that patient's organs to the rest of the other 5.
Wait a minute, though. So the patient number 6, they have the medicine there to.
So you have the medicine. You just gotta give it to
So
them.
the doctor's dilemma is: does one person die or does
5.
5?
But here's the thing: you either kill someone or you don't. And I don't think I can. Just
No, it's either you kill a person or you kill 5 people.
I'm not killing 5 people. It was their time. Like they just got unlucky.
So it's
you're-
it's like basically you have to lie and
I can
say
either kill one person and save 5 people, or those 5 people that were gonna die anyways die.
The other 5 are gonna die in my book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow, you're killing the 5?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not killing them. They were dying anyway. Like
They're gonna die anyway.
if I take that.
Well,
person's
no, number
medicine
1
away,
was gonna die. No,
Number 6 shouldn't be.
number 6 is gonna die anyway. Die. No, number 6 is gonna die without the medicine.
Yeah, but I can
Right.
give them
And
the
we
medicine.
They have the
Yes,
medicine.
but the other people are gonna die if you don't give them the organs.
I know.
But
I'm
you got to
saying,
give somebody like a new liver or something. That's
but they were
risky,
dying. They were most likely gonna die.
Depends. Well, hey, what if? But well, I mean, what if it's like a 9-year-old kid
Well,
that needs an organ?
Well, we didn't go over that.
I know. Well, I mean, right.
shit.
I mean,
But,
if everybody's like
if this
70
person with the
years,
medicine is like 98, then yeah, take the medicine.
I am of the
don't waste the medicine on it.
yeah. We're gonna live an extra 30 days.
but here's the thing. If you don't give any of them what they need, they're all gonna die.
But I don't have that readily available, so it's not my fault.
What?
Organs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you have the medicine
Yes,
available.
I can't just not give someone medicine and just take all their body parts away and sell them to all these other people.
I don't think you
Okay,
sell
so
it.
then Jub, then how
Shove
do
them
you,
in other
so
people.
if you're the doctor, then what do you tell the patient number 6 then? Even though the cabinet's full of that
You
medicine,
say,
you
hey,
just-
buddy, we couldn't get the shipment in on time.
Job, here you go. You're the 6th person. What would you tell the
hey,
doctor
buddy.
to do? You're your age right now. What would you tell the doctor? Would
Give me
you
that
say, hey,
fucking
give me the
medicine.
medicine?
I'd say give it to me.
Yeah, give me that
I'm
damn
sorry, I
medicine.
can't. Like I don't know them.
right.
So I mean,
So what's the difference? You're a doctor that doesn't know the
yeah, but that's objective though, because I don't know anybody. So it's like, is it
I don't know anybody.
Hey, this
Well,
is
no, I
this
don't-
is an example of what we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
No, but I
About how
don't
these two
know.
just
Listen,
bicker.
I don't know these 5. I don't know these 6 people. I have no fucking idea who they are. And I don't genuinely. I don't care about any of them. I just.
Yes.
It's my job to make sure they live. Now, as a doctor, do you get more credence for saving 5 lives opposed to the one that you could? The
But
one
you
that.
murdered that one. though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting.
No,
That's gonna live with you.
murder's
Yeah.
a murder's
no,
a.
you,
that's
you
murder.
killed them.
No,
That's murder.
You
murder's
took the one thing away that
Well,
had
that's
sense.
fucking
no.
negligence.
Murder's
I mean,
a no.
No,
Murder's
that's
a
murder.
hard term. I didn't actively kill them. I just didn't save them.
You murdered them.
You knew you had the
You
medicine.
actively killed them by taking away their medicine.
Job, if that happened in real life, people would call that guy a murderer.
Yeah,
even though
he'd
it's
go to
not
prison
direct-
for that.
yeah.
But what about the 5 people they saved?
So what?
Don't matter.
I disagree.
There was a guy.
But here's my thing.
The guy
I totally
needed one
disagree.
They were
pill to be
destined to
saved.
lose. That was their
Yeah, but
destiny.
this guy was destined to lose too because
No,
he doesn't
because-
have the fucking medicine.
No, we have the medicine.
We have the medicine.
You said the cabinet.
No, but I'm
stocked with
saying if
medicine.
he's
I
if he
gotta-
was out in the
He
woods,
just got to go to Woodward Kroger Pharmacy and he's
right.
good.
listen, if he was out in the woods, this guy would need medicine to survive. Maybe our 5 people that need an organ transplant were in some like what are the reasons you need an organ transplant?
But we don't know these details are relevant. We're going
I know,
off
but
what-
I'm going on context clues as far as
no,
why
that's
you
bullshit,
would need.
'cause I wasn't given context clues.
I wasn't even. I'm just adding
But
them.
you're, yeah, it's bullshit.
No, listen. If
I
you-
didn't get to
It's all
add
the time.
shit to my
Listen,
argument.
if why would anybody need an organ transplant? What are the reasons a person would need an organ
Maybe they
transplant?
were a big time smoker and their lungs were collapsing or something. I don't know.
What if he was
Maybe
shot?
they got in a car wreck.
Maybe maybe he got hit by.
What if he was drinking and driving?
What if he was
What
hit
if
by?
all 5 of them were drunk assholes and they all hit somebody?
What if the guy that you're going to give the medicine turned out to be Hitler?
Well, what if he was? Well, then fuck that guy. But no,
See,
Nah. Well,
I'm,
what do you? What's your final answer?
final answer: I'm killing one guy as a doctor.
yeah,
I
you
do
hear what he
not
just
want him-
said?
I don't want.
He said
yeah,
he's killing them.
killing
You're a murderer.
murder. I don't want you as my doctor.
Job is
yeah.
a murderer,
Yeah.
basically.
What if you, Chris? What if you were in an assault? Guy stabbed you in the liver, and you needed a new liver, and like you were
Where
a
did he-
bystander in the park,
You
and
know
some
what he
guy
should've
came
did,
over
John?
and stabbed you in the liver.
He shouldn't have went over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should've
I'm with
stayed
Chloe
home.
on that.
Well, maybe the guy needs medicine because he's 8,000 pounds and
I
he
don't
needs
know this.
insulin. Well, you're saying what if he
I
shouldn't
made
have
my
walked over
decision
there?
based on no details. You've added detail to every character and every person and Hitler and everybody you wanted to add. I didn't have any of that.
5 lot. Say the
Murder
the-
someone?
What's the saying? It's like the acts of the few can save the many, or something like that.
Here's the option. You can murder someone and save 5, or you can let 5 people die and save 1.
I'd say 5.
I'm not a murderer,
Say
so-
5. One of those 5, you got a better chance of curing something.
That's unethical.
Yeah, it is.
Call me Kevorkian.
You're a terrible person.
Well,
I'm
Job's a
saving
shitty-
the one guy. If all he needs is a couple pills and he's going to be good. I mean, all these transplants and that's dangerous, high risk.
Yeah,
Derek-
I'm on your. I think I'm
Derek's
probably gonna save the
against
one
me.
guy.
Derek's against
I'm
me.
against
I think you're the only guy that's
Yeah.
saving
Yeah.
the 5.
You're the only murderer in here.
I'm
saving
not a
the one guy.
murderer.
You just said I'm killing the one guy.
I fuck him then. He's dead.
Well, I don't know. I don't.
That's a tough one.
All right.
Actually, it's
What are
really
the
easy.
5 organs you'd have to replace? Like a liver, a kidney, a
Kidney.
heart,
Lungs.
lungs.
It could be a heart, yeah.
brain.
Maybe a brain.
Yeah.
A brain transplant.
Yeah.
They don't do
A
those.
burger transplant.
All right. Well, thank you for. Oh, you got to do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Thank you for watching this episode, episode 88. I'm in the captain's chair today.
Jubb was not demoted, by the way.
No, Jubb.
I just kind of sat down and didn't feel like
he
moving.
decided
I like
to go.
sitting next to
He
Jubb,
decided
too.
to move. I don't know if it's a good idea. That was a very, very hostile ending.
I don't
to the
know. Feel
episode.
it's a
That was
good
good. That
dynamic
was
over
good.
here.
But it is a good dynamic.
Thanks for
radio.
joining us, Derek.
Yeah,
Can't
Derek's
wait
first
to be back on.
first show or first episode.
Derek's
on.
been with us for a little while now.
Now, when
He's behind the scenes.
When you talk to your parents again, you tell them that you were on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Maybe
How'd
don't
it
show 'em
go?
this
Well,
episode.
Hey,
we
Mom and
spent
Dad, we talked about shit today.
a solid
Literally.
30 minutes.
Yes.
Hey,
We'll be
I
proud
think it
of
was
you.
a good discussion,
Yeah, it
though. I
was.
guarantee you I'll get a message from somebody and say, hey, you know what? I'm trying your technique.
And honestly, probably everybody that would listen has experienced that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So,
What do they want to
and
admit?
you're kind of letting
relatable.
him on the new methods on how to, squash the smell.
Exactly.
I mean, and
Chris, you know what we're doing?
Poo-poo.
We're hitting topics that people are afraid to talk about.
What was our
Exactly.
staying
That's
was
exactly right.
Yeah.
we are trying to educate, inform, and entertain
a
a
diverse
diverse audience on the cutting edge of the modern
We're
era.
giving these people a voice.
That was 30 minutes of
Education.
education.
Yeah.
education.
We'll be on ESPN
inform-
in no time.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't teach you that in college.
No, they don't.
No.
Not
they
at
don't.
West Lib, that's
No.
for sure.
And right here, you're on this show, you will learn it. So tomorrow, when you're hearing this, I guess, tomorrow when you're hearing this,
No.
radio.
No.
No.
You're
12
not
to
here
3.
tomorrow. Here Thursday.
Thursday.
Tomorrow when you're hearing this, it'll be Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Wait, I didn't know what you were going to say.
Tomorrow when you're hearing this, it'll be Friday. Listen to the radio, 12 to 3.
Wait,
No,
what?
So he's
Hang
saying
on.
when you're hearing this tomorrow.
Tomorrow, when you're hearing this, tomorrow,
So you're hearing this on Thursday. Tomorrow will be
Friday will
Right,
be
right.
12 to 3. We'll be
Think
on the
about it,
radio.
Chris, are you following that?
Yeah. So when you're hearing this, what day will it be?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday. So what's
tomorrow?
tomorrow?
But he's
Tomorrow would
saying
be
when we're
Friday.
hearing this tomorrow. Tomorrow's
No,
Wednesday.
he said there's a comma. When you're hearing this, comma, tomorrow will be on the radio.
When you're hearing this,
Tomorrow.
comma, tomorrow will be on the radio.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll be on the radio tomorrow when you're hearing this.
Yes.
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 Grammar's
That's
important.
better.
Whatever I said. Yes, we're on the radio Friday, 12 to 3. No huge events, I think, coming up.
No.
Big radio show next week on Friday. 5-hour show,
Ugh.
maybe. I don't know if we make
No,
it that.
it is.
That's some,
If we make it that
Podcast.
long for our Christmas
you
party,
coming or you gonna be
Um,
gone?
I'll be in Florida.
Oh.
Derek will be back in beautiful Florida, away from the cold. Last time our Christmas party was like -10, but
We'll have Derek
Uh,
call in.
Yep.
yeah,
I'll be
Derek
here
will call in,
in spirit.
talk about the Bills.
Beautiful Buffalo
But
Bills.
we love you. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week.